The menu on the Insta360 X5 is vast, and there may be some features that you may not know about or you may not understand the best way to use them. So in this video we're going to take a look at some of those features that I think are the most useful, and some of these will be applicable to other Insta360 cameras as well. Insta360 have sponsored this video, but all the content and opinions are my own. The first feature is dual track radio, and I think this should have been called dual track audio because dual track radio implies that you can use two radio mics, and you can't. So swipe down and across to the third shortcut page under audio settings. When this is selected, it means that when you have a radio mic connected to your camera, you can select it and it will then record to both the radio mic and to the internal mic. This means that you have a backup audio channel in case anything happened to your radio mic, and also this means in the edit you could add more ambient sound from your camera mic if you wanted to. Another audio setting that you can't see until a Bluetooth mic is attached is audio gain control. This allows you to reduce or increase the volume input level going into your camera from the mic. And this is really handy at a loud music concert, for example, and this setting will appear here under advanced audio settings. You may have seen the endurance mode feature in the shortcut menu on the X5. What I really like about this feature though is not so much that it saves battery, but that it blanks out several other options on your camera shortcut menu, and it reduces the number of shooting modes, which makes it look less cluttered and a lot clearer. It's almost like a basic mode for beginners, so it's worth considering if you're new to 360 cameras. And if you are new to 360, then check out my 360 course below, which will help you make awesome videos with your X5 in easy to follow lessons. Everyone talks about going into the camera settings to change the bitrate to high to make better quality videos. However, the benefit of having the bitrate on standard instead of high is that you save so much memory card space. When set to high, the file size for a 1 minute clip is about 1.3 gigabytes shooting at 8K 30 frames per second. In standard mode, it's 900 megabytes. So a 256 gigabyte memory card can record 2 hours 48 minutes in high bitrate, and it can record 4 hours 7 minutes in standard bitrate. And on a small screen you really can't see the difference between standard and high bitrate. You may see the difference more if there's a lot of fast moving action, low light or lots of detail, or if you want to do pro grading, so it's worth bearing that in mind. We all know that the X5 has a quick button and a menu button, but did you know that you can customize these and change what they do? Swipe down and go across to the settings menu and then select customize button. You can create extra record buttons, switch to single lens mode, or choose one favorite custom setting. Did you know that there's also a feature that you switch on in the camera menu that makes editing easier in the app? It's called skip the intro and outro, and it's in the settings menu. When shooting in 360 mode and me mode, the first and last 3 seconds of your clip are trimmed in the app, which makes editing faster and easier. One setting that I love that I use all the time that's overlooked is EV, which is exposure value. And this will make your videos much better when you're using auto exposure. EV or exposure value changes the base point for your exposure. So this means that you can use auto, but your auto exposure levels can be made to be darker or brighter. This is really handy when shooting on a cloudy day, for example, because usually the auto exposure would overexpose the sky. So if you set the EV to -0.3 or -0.7 or even -1, this will make the auto exposure darker, so it will add more details to the clouds and the sky, but it won't take away the exposure from what you're filming on the ground, so the skin tones and the subject you're filming won't be too dark. And if you're using pure video mode, then adjusting the EV can make your pure video shots look even better. Pure video mode in some scenarios tends to make lighting overly bright. So if you dial in -0.3 on the EV settings, then this will bring down the exposure and make your shots look more natural with a more realistic exposure. And to monitor these shots, you ideally want to use the app. If you want to capture the highest resolution photos for a virtual tour, for example, so you want the highest dynamic range as well, then you'll want to select AEB mode. And this allows you to automatically capture a number of different shots at different exposures to help you keep the details in the brightest and darkest parts of your images. And this feature is easy to miss. So select photo mode and then swipe up from the bottom of the screen, select HDR photo and then swipe from the right to the left and you'll see AEB. You can then select the number of photos to take, so 3, 5 or 7. The chest mount is a classic action camera mount that has been around for decades, and when you use it with a 360 camera, the 360 camera is usually positioned in an upright position. This makes it less vulnerable than sticking it out in front like this, and also you'll usually only reframe to one lens anyway, or you shoot in single lens mode, so it just makes sense to have it in the vertical position. Insta360 have created a new chest mount that fixes the X5 in this upright position. But of course this does affect the audio if you're relying on the camera mic, because it blocks one of the mics, and it blocks the mic with the windshield. So they've added a POV chest mode on the X5, which is under Accessories in the shortcut menu. And this will help you get better audio. And this chest mount is one of the many new accessories that Insta360 have launched for the X5, and to find out what the rest are, you can watch this video next, and I'll see you over there. And if you haven't bought your X5 yet, then use my affiliate link below to get a free lens kit for a limited time only.